A woman about my size has perhaps 2,500 square inches of skin. If you flattened it out, it would be about the size of a beach towel. A typical bikini has 300 square inches of fabric. Think 2 washcloths. Now, if you're young, or maybe you grew up in Europe, that might not be a big deal to put on a bikini and go to the beach or the pool. But can we agree that to put on a bikini and enter a fitness contest and get on stage takes it to a whole nother level? And what if you're over age 50 and the stage happens to be in Las Vegas? Would you do that? I think I'm hearing a lot of hell no. Well, hell yes, I did. And I think the more interesting question is why? Why would I do that? And the answer might surprise you. I did it because I was grieving. Let me explain. 18 years ago, my first husband, Dr. Mark Hassel, died of stomach cancer. He was 47 years old. At his funeral, Mark was eulogized as someone who lived fully. He had a zest for life, and he loved trying new experiences. And one way that I've chosen to remember him is to carry forward that idea: live fully. For me, that means that every year, in his honor, I take on a challenge and do something that scares me, something that pushes me outside my comfort zone. And it's often a physical challenge, but it doesn't have to be. I'll give you a few examples. I got a motorcycle license. I went to trapeze school. I rode my bicycle 100 miles in a single day to raise money for cancer research. And I entered a fitness contest and wore a bikini on stage in Las Vegas. I'm just totally blanked. Thank you. Thank you. I first learned about the contest when I was at my gym, and a trainer approached me and he said, "Would you like to join a group of women I'm training for something called Try Fitness?" The grace and physique portion is something I think you could do. That involves standing on a stage in a competition bikini wearing extra high heels, and you'll be judged on musculature, symmetry, and grace of movement. And my first thought was, that sounds terrifying. But in the end, I decided to be like Mark. To live fully means that when an opportunity presents itself, you take your shot. And you don't let fear or potential embarrassment hold you back from trying something new. Ultimately, you can either face your fears or run away from them. And that's a battle inside your own head. It's you versus you. But for me, I'm motivated by love to try new experiences that force me to be brave. 2 things I remembered from the fitness contest. And the first was when I showed up for my spray tan appointment. And this is what I heard: "Take off all your clothes and put this on." And this turned out to be a paper thong about the size of a coffee cup filter with some string attached to it. The other thing I learned is that there's a product called butt glue. And no, it does not glue your butt closed, but it is an adhesive. A competition bikini is really small. And so when you're on stage doing your walking and posing, you certainly don't want the fabric, such as it is, to migrate. So you are literally glued into that bikini. And I learned the hard way that that can be a problem if you're someone like me who needs to repeatedly go to the loo in stressful situations. In the end, competing in Tri-Fitness and being in Grace and Physique was a wonderful, magical experience. I will never forget it. And to top it off, I won my age group in Grace and Physique. Yeah. Take that, grief. And one last thing is that it took me a year to get up the courage to tell this story on Story Slam. And so this is one of my legacy challenges for 2025 that I'm doing in memory of Mark Hassel. Thank you.